Midwest Stacker here with another video. No unboxing this time, but yet another follow-up video to one I did about 2 years ago. So about 2 years ago, I did a video, the 10 best coins for silver investing, something along those lines. It's somewhere in my uh, history of videos that I did, and there were some errors in it, and there was some out-of-date information that probably needed to be updated. So I figured I'd do another video. This time, back it up with some numbers, show some screenshots of what I'm talking about. One of the biggest things people commented was show the coins, right? Show the coins. Well, I don't have them here with me. I'm at work while I'm doing this, but I do have some screenshots, and I thought I'd run through this list and basically give you the numbers that I came up with. Now, before we go any farther, I just want to say I'm in no way, shape, or form an investing guru. I am not anywhere affiliated with any type of investing firm or know really what I'm talking about. Okay, I do know a little bit what I'm talking about, but I'm basically what I'm saying is if you're going to invest in silver and precious metals, do your own research first. This is more of a guide to kind of point you in the right direction, basically show you what I'm seeing as trends on, let's say, eBay and current market values and where spot price is at, and how I determine what I'm going to quote unquote stack and or collect. I collect and stack. I'm about a 50-50, depending on what the coin is. I do stack silver for long-term investment, and if spot prices are, market prices are going to go up and there's an investment type of strategy there. I do also invest in IRAs and 401k and stock market and stuff like that, but I enjoy collecting coins also, and by doing that, it's kind of the best of both worlds. I get to stack what I like and collect what I stack, right? So you saw a couple of videos where I bought colorized coins. I can't stand colorized coins, but those were really cool, and I couldn't help myself. And it's like the collector in me wanted to have those. The premiums were so high on them. I mean, maybe one day they'll be worth something more than what I paid for them. Maybe not. I don't know. They're just were cool and they caught my attention. So I went through and I thought I had to purchase some because I just wanted them. So enough of that. So, top 10 list of coins that I'm looking to invest in today for future. And let me give you some background on how I came up with these numbers. So, I took uh, 10 coins that I'm interested in collecting, and I ranked and stacked them by what the current price is per coin today based on a credit card purchase. So I'm not taking into consideration Bitcoin or cashier's check or anything like that. Just straight up, if I was to pay with a credit card from an online retailer, how much would it cost? And then I took an average of that's for a 2017 version of the coin. Then I took an average of what is the lowest price that coin is selling for on eBay for a 2017, 2016, 2015, so on, and what is the highest price. So that's going to be maybe your 99s, your 98s, and then I did an average of those two, and I only looked at sold listings. I didn't look at what people were putting up there on auctions. Some guys out there got a American Silver Eagle from 2005. He wants $10,000 for. I didn't look at any of those. I looked at what actually sold, what actually eBay said was sold and was the dollar amount it sold for. So I took that into consideration, and then I went one further and said, okay, out of that coin, what is the doesn't matter the year, an MS70 graded PCGS or NGC. I think I looked at all NGCs. What is the highest priced one that is sold in the past 3 years? I believe I went back 2 years to just get a reference point if I should buy a few of those coins graded. So, without further ado, here's my top 10 list of coins that I'm interested in purchasing, the possible percentage investment kind of dollar amount that they're going to gain over a course of, I don't know, let's just say 10, 15 years, somewhere in that time frame, what percentage increased, and then I'll show you the math after we'll go through all the coins and you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So my very first coin, number 10, is the Austrian Philharmonic, and if I get my mouse, this is the front of it here. I say front. Sorry. Um, this coin, current list price is about 21.82 at the time of this video. The cheapest one I found on eBay sold was $25. The most expensive was $30, and it was an average sell price at 27.50. So it's about a 26.03% increase based on what I saw sold on eBay. So this would be the lowest percentage that made. I cut the line at 25%. If it's 25% or less increase year over year, based on the numbers I saw on eBay, I dropped it off the list, and it wasn't even something I was interested in. So this was the very lowest one. It came at 26% increase based on the lowest one I found sold on eBay, the highest one I found, and it's just a cool coin. I do like it, or round, I don't know what you want to call it. I believe it's a coin. So Philharmonic, definitely my number 10 coin that I'll be stacking more of in 2017. My number 9 is the Noah's Ark. Noah's Ark you can currently purchase for about $20.83 at the time of this video. The lowest price one I found on eBay for sale was $25. The highest price one again was $30, and it was a 32.02% increase year over year. Another great coin. I just like these in general. I think they're very cool. They just they don't hold a whole lot of value, but I really like the design. I think they're just a very cool coin. So my number 8, and I thought this one would actually be higher because they make a bunch of different types and there's different sets. But I guess I should have prefaced too. I tried to focus just on BU coins, brilliant uncirculated, nothing, no real high end, nothing crazy, and I also try to limit myself from sets, if you will. But I did find that a couple of my coins were from sets, so, and you'll see those when we get to them. So coin number 8 is the Libertad. Another awesome coin. I do really like the design on this one. Lowest price I can find it for is $22.95 today from a retail precious metal dealer. eBay's lowest sell price is $25. I believe that was for 2016. The highest one I saw was $40, which is an average of $23.50. That's up 41.61% year over year. So not a bad gain, but this is just one I'm going to collect for my own personal, because I like the design. I think it's a very cool coin. It interests me, and I love different precious metal currencies like that. All right, just beating out the Libertad is American Silver Eagle 2017. Everybody's very familiar with these. This is the number 7 coin. The best price I can find online right now is $22.45, again with a credit card. Lowest price online for a 2016 or older is about $30. Highest price is about $40 with an average of $35. It's about a 55.9% increase year over year. These hold staple. They don't really grow in value too much unless you've got some years that were real low mintage. But these seem to be getting mintages keep getting higher and higher and higher every year. The mint is always running out or stopping production, quote unquote, and then restarting it back up later in the year. So these are still selling high. So I think if I do this list again next year, the year after, the American Silver Eagle will probably fall a few slots because they're not holding the resale value in the secondary market for those older coins as high because there's so many more minted. So American Silver Eagle is my number 7. Number 6 is the Canadian Maple Leaf. This coin, lowest I can find right now is $21.66. Average low price on eBay sale is $30 with a high price of $60. Now with this coin, I'm going to say I tried to stay away from any of the special privy marks. They released a whole bunch of these with a bunch of different types of privy marks, like a Bigfoot and a tank on it. I tried to stay away from those. I just went purely with the generic, excuse me, no questions asked, silver maple leaf, and it seemed to hold its value. Like I said, the highest one I could find was about $60 on eBay, 45 on average. That's about 107% increase year over year. And again, a coin I stack, it's a great design. I love how they've started to add, the different security features in there and make it the ability to counterfeit less and less. I will caution and warn anybody that's new to stacking. Um, these coins have a tendency to milk spot very easily. So even so, they are my number 6 coin for investment purposes with growth, gains and growth. I do try to stay away from them because they do milk spot a lot. And not that milk spot ruins the fact that it's a precious metal, but if you were to ever get or buy these slabbed, there's a good chance that after a year or two or even less, the rating on that slab, if you buy an MS70, it's not going to be there because they're milk spotted, which is really a shame because they are such a beautiful coin. They do such a good job with it. So that's my number 6. My number 5 is probably my first and only, I think, um, series coin, if you will, and that's the Perth Mint Lunar Series, and it's just the Perth Mint. Any other Lunar Series, I kind of looked at and I said, no, that they do not have the reputation or the value that these coins hold in the long run. Current Lunar Series, and we're just talking about the 1 ounce now. There's a whole bunch of different sizes, but the 1 ounce is what I'm focusing on here, and only from Series 2, nothing from Series 1. So this coin today, if you were to go buy it, is about 32.30, give or take. Average low price on eBay is $35. I think that is for the monkey. And the highest price I found on eBay is $100 for a 1 ounce coin, and I don't remember which one that was. The average sell price is $67.50 when you average those together. It's about 108.98, 109% year-over-year return on investment when you break it out like that. So not much higher than the Canadian Maple Leaf, but these coins are much nicer. They are just a beautiful series, and the old ones are, since there's a limited mintage of them or a finite number, the value does increase year over year. And to be completely honest with you, I really thought this was going to be higher on my list because these are such a hot, popular item. But coming in 5th, I couldn't believe it. So, but funny thing is, beating out the Lunars and coming in 4th is the Kookaburras. And this is actually kind of surprising because I really thought these would be lower on my list. But they tend not to be. I mean, they do hold their value. They're a really good job doing such a thing. Um, yeah, I was just pleased on how well these have held. Sorry about that. Got interrupted at work. So yeah, these are holding their value pretty high. So if I don't know if I went over this correctly, already. The Kookaburra is 23.65. Lowest I can find on eBay is about 30. The highest I can find is about 80. Overall sell price averaged out is about 55. It's 132% increase year over year. So being number 4, and I love these coins, it's definitely one that I'm going to keep in my stack long term as if I like collect and build my stack. All right, so now we're in the top 3, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm totally surprised. These top 3, if you would have told me, walked up to me and said these are the top 3 coins for biggest gains based on sales on eBay for older year coins, I would have laughed at you and said, yeah, right. Like I would have just been, I doubt that. I can't believe it. I don't see it. But the numbers don't lie. And then, like I said, this is probably a shoddy job. I didn't take into large data dumps of eBay to figure out averages. I just looked at the highs and the lows and I compared them, and I just totally shocking because the jump from the number 4 to the number 3 to the number 2 to the number 1 is huge. Well, 2 to 1's not, but the rest of them are pretty big. And I'm yeah, shocked. So let's just get right to it. So number 3, the number 3 coin that I will be stacking in my collection from this year specifically, going forward, and I'll review this every year, is the Britannia, right? Who knew? So the Britannia, currently you can buy for $21.91. You can find the lowest price on eBay sold listing is $25. That was for a 2017 and 2016, I believe. The highest priced one is $130. And those are older ones. And there was not just one that sold for 100. It was like a lot of them for 130. And those were much older coins. Again, all BU. They're not anything, special. They're not, privy marked or anything like that. Makes the average sell cost about $77.50 each, and that's a 253% increase year over year. And I was just blown away. I guess I should not say year over year, because that's actually not true. You're not getting 253% every year. It's the increase from the lowest to the highest selling one within that the release of years that it has. So if the first one that's online that sold for $130 was a 1998, making up numbers here, that sold for 130, and the 2016 sold for 25. So that's a 253% increase from the first one to the last one. So I should stop using year over year. I add that disclaimer in there. But yeah, totally shocked. I mean, there was a bunch of them, and I mean a bunch that have been sold for right around that 130, 125, 132, about average about 130 bucks for the older versions of the Britannias, and I just couldn't believe it. I was shocked. All right, my number two slot, and this is even more shocking to me because I just didn't see this one coming, blown out of the water. But the number two slot that is something that I'm going to be keeping an eye on here are the pandas, the Chinese pandas. And there's two things about the Chinese pandas that caught my eye. First, let's get the stats. So about $27.50, you can purchase them right now. The lowest price on eBay is about 30 bucks, and that is for 2017s. The highest priced one on eBay that is sold is about $200. Average sale price is $115. It's a 318% increase from the 2017, 2016 to whatever year that that $200 one was. That's amazing, first of all. And second of all, one of the things I noticed with the pandas when I was reviewing all the years, it seems about every year the previous year's panda goes up $10. So if you buy a 2017 panda for $27.50, next year it's going to be worth $37.50, and then $47.50. Now I'm sure that has to do with spot price and everything like that, but there's a trend with pandas that they increase in value almost about $10 a year. And I had to go back and check my numbers twice because it just didn't make sense to me, but it's out there. The data's there. You just have to go look for it. It blew my mind that these are worth that much money. And I just shocked. Like, I couldn't believe it. Just absolutely crazy. And yeah, I don't stack a lot of pandas. I usually buy maybe 5 or 6 a year just because I like the design and I throw them in my stack. But I think I'm going to start purchasing a lot more pandas. They are also the most expensive, other than the lunars. They are the most expensive coin for generic country minted bullion, country minted coin, if you will. That's on the list. The lunars beat that out, but if you take them out of the equation, these are the most expensive. So that's the pandas. Now my number one, this is blown out of the water. I was definitely like, no way, my numbers are wrong. Go review it. Checked it again. Numbers are right. Could not believe this, and I can't figure out for the life of me why this is. I've never gave any weight into this coin. I don't really, I really cared about it, but I think I'm gonna have to start, adding it to my stack for investment purposes. So the number one coin with the most potential gain year over year, and definitely the largest percent increase in sales from eBay purchase from current year to the most expensive, is Smalley Elephant. I have no idea. I would have never guessed it. If you guys find different information, call me out, write comment below, tell me, because I pulled more information on this coin to figure out why it is, and I couldn't figure it out. So you can buy a Smalley Elephant today for about 22.25, give or take. Lowest price on eBay is $25. The highest price is 170, which is less than the pandas, but your cost to entry at 22.25 is so much less. It makes the growth much larger. So the average is about 97.50, and it's about 338% increase from the first coin sold, or the first year the coin sold, to the highest coin sold. Now keep in mind, this isn't slab. This is just straight up Smalley Elephants. You can buy on eBay older coins for $170 a piece. Excuse me. And I was just blown away. I'm like, yeah, right. That's not true. That can't be possibly true. But I went and looked, and I pulled numbers again, and it was actually blows my mind that these coins seem to gain the most for the least cost of entry to get, to purchase them. And I was just completely shocked. And just to I mean, sorry, I'm still in shock that this is the coin to collect for this year so far, and I can't believe it. So Smalley Elephants are definitely going in my collection. I might have total 3 or 4 of them. I overlook them. I just never pay them any attention, and apparently I should have been, because they are they're definitely holding their value, gaining in value, and the return on investment seems to be pretty high on those. So just to give you a quick rundown of MS70 slabbed coins, we'll start all the way back at the beginning. Number 10, you can buy a graded MS70. This is the highest price I found on eBay. Philharmonic for 40 bucks. It doesn't matter the year. That was the highest one that I saw graded that was sold, and that's why I just pulled the sort by highest one sold, graded MS70 NGC graded coins. 40 bucks was the highest. The Noah's Ark highest one was $50. Libertad, the highest one, was 150 graded. Again, MS70. American Silver Eagle, highest one that has been sold on eBay that I found, was $50. And I'm sure there's other high graded coins out there, but they, like I said, this was just BU every day, 70 MS70. Highest one I found was 50 bucks. Maple Leaf, highest one I found on that one was 60. This one was the only one that kind of threw me off. It was a graded, but I don't know what year it was, and that really matters for this coin, but it was 200 bucks. I can't remember. Kookaburra's highest graded coin on that one I saw on eBay sold was $90. Britannia, the highest graded coin I saw on eBay, highest dollar amount graded MS70 was $200. MS70 Panda, highest grade, and this was a much older coin, was $300. And the highest graded elephant that I saw online, MS70 again, was $175. So just, I mean, even if you buy a coin for a 2017 today for 45 bucks MS70 slabbed, there's a potential that's going to be worth 160, 170, 175, even more maybe, going forward in the years to come. Now, granted, it's going to be a long haul, right? So these coins that I'm talking about were slabbed at the highest dollar amount were very old, at least 17 plus years, give or take. You have to hold on to them for a long time. It's a long-term investment plan. This is not, shit hits the fan. This is not the economy is gone into the toilet. This is literally, I want to stack something I like. I want to stack something that has a good return on investment. I want to stack something that has a potential to pay me back in 15, 20, 25 years. But no one knows what's actually going to happen in the economy. No one knows what's going to actually go down. So, like I said, take it with a grain of salt. I am not a investment guru in any way, shape, or form. This is just the data that I found, and I'll show you that now. Here you can see how I broke this down. This is the price that you could buy with a credit card today. These are the prices of the lowest sold coin on eBay. So 25 bucks. This is the highest one sold. This average here is just these two averages to get an average sell price of what they are. And like I said, that's not a whole lot of data there, but it's just a high and a low. This is the graded MS70 column that doesn't have any calculation to any of this. And this is just the percent of the average sale price versus the current sale price and what the increase is. So this was increased 26% from what you can currently purchase it to the average sale price. You can see I carry that all the way through. I'm sure my numbers are probably not the most accurate, but this gives me an idea to start looking into what I want to stack for 2017. This will start planning my purchases for the year. So right now, I'm going to be focusing heavily here. I always buy here, but I'm definitely going to start planning more heavily here, just for this year, just to kind of see what happens, and then redo these numbers next year and see where things shake up and fall out. I always do buy some kooks and some lunars, and I do buy, a few Libertads, but the bulk of my stacking, I believe, is going to be right in this vicinity this year, just to kind of get a different, fresh look on new coins, because I don't really stack a whole lot of these. I think it'd be great. I mean, I have a ton of all of this, but let's mix it up a little bit. Throw some of these in there, and with possibly these returns on it. So I guess we'll see. Let me know what you think below. You think I'm out of line? Think my numbers are off? By all means, prove me wrong. I love to have a conversation about this and see what everybody thinks. All right, guys, this video has drug on way too long. This is Midwest Stacker saying, see you when I see you.